Hello my darlings, I hope you're doing very well. I hope you are sitting comfortably, you are cozy, and you have your snacks and your beverages at the ready. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at the Reddit subreddit page, Am I the Arsehole? I love doing these videos and I haven't done one in a little while, so I'm very excited to see what this subreddit has for us today. Because I am a tattoo related channel, in case you haven't noticed. I always look at the tattoo related posts within this subreddit. For those of you that don't know what Am I the Arsehole is on Reddit, people basically ask a bunch of people on this subreddit. There is a lot of people that use this subreddit. Am I the arsehole in a situation that they have been in? Whether that is asking someone not to get a tattoo or being rude to their tattoo artist or whatever it may be. Okay, so the first one I'm going to read today is, am I the arsehole for refusing to cover my tattoos for my boyfriend's family dinner? This has been voted not the a-hole. I'm 21 female, a girl who has several tattoos, some big and quite visible. My boyfriend, 26 male, met me like that and I hadn't had any problem with it. He invited me to go to dinner with his family and I accepted, but he casually mentioned maybe you could wear something with sleeves just so we don't start any drama. I asked what he meant and he said his grandparents are very old school and might not react well to my tattoos. He said he didn't want the night to be awkward. I told him I wasn't going to hide part of myself to make his family more comfortable. He said it's not about hiding, it's about respect. I told him respect goes both ways and I shouldn't have to pretend to be someone I'm not. He got upset and said I was overreacting and making a bigger deal than it is. I told him that I would go to the dinner but that I wouldn't cover my tattoos. But then he asked me to please not attend, that if I was only going to be difficult, it would be better to not be there. That really rubbed me the wrong way and made me feel confused because I think maybe I did behave badly and I shouldn't have reacted so vehemently against the idea. I don't want to cause drama with his family, but I have had a hard time feeling comfortable in my skin and learning to deal with the stigma people have towards me because of my tattoos. And I don't want to go back and hide again. Plus, I don't think I would be honest with his family either if I show myself as I'm not. So, am I the arsehole for refusing to cover my tattoos for the dinner? Wow, okay, well, in my opinion, this person is not the arsehole by any means. I too would have the same feelings of like, no, this is who I am, and if you don't like that or if your family doesn't like that, then tough titties on their part. You should not be asking your other half to cover up a part of themselves because your family may not like them. You know, like your family just has to deal with it. I personally feel like this person's boyfriend didn't have ill intentions with this. They weren't being like controlling or anything like that. It's more of a, hey, it's probably better if you do this to keep the peace. You know, some people are just like that. They're just like, I don't want any arguments, I don't want any drama, I just want to go for a nice meal and come home and then you can be whoever you want to be. I don't want you getting into it with my grandparents or anything like that. So I can understand from his point of view as to why he may have done this. However, I myself too would be like, okay, thanks for the heads up, but no. Actually, no, that's the point. He did say just to not come. So that's a bit of a red flag to me, you know, to be like, well, just don't bother coming then. That's actually pretty shitty, actually. Ugh. I'd love to know how you would react to this situation yourself if your partner come to you and was like, hey, can you cover up your tattoos for this family dinner? I personally, again, just would be like, yeah, no. I mean, I couldn't anyway. I couldn't. They're all over my hands. They're all over my neck. And the thing is, what if these people get married at some point? You know, and they have a big old family wedding and then this girlfriend, now bride, walks down the aisle in like a, you know, strapless dress, all the tattoos on show. Grandparents are gonna have an absolute field day. It's better just to meet people the way you are to start off with, right? So there's no surprises, especially when it comes to tattoos anyway. But yeah, the girlfriend is definitely not an arsehole. Am I the arsehole for spending money, say, for an engagement ring on a tattoo? It says not the a-hole. Oh my goodness, I need more context. We need more context for this one, right? A bit more than a month ago, my now ex broke up with me out of the blue. Oh, okay, this makes sense. I don't want to go into details of the relationship or the breakup, but we had been talking about marriage before the breakup. We settled on the wedding bands and an engagement ring. I am by no means well off and arguably live paycheck to paycheck, but I managed to always pay my bills, save money, and budget money for fun. Concerts, fancy dinners, trips to Ren fairs, cons, rallies, random events, etc. While still doing all this, I managed to put aside several thousand for the engagement ring she wanted. After the breakup, I decided to spend that money on myself, as you should. I bought myself my favourite bourbon, a case of my favourite cigars, and finally finished a large tattoo sleeve I've been having worked on for 2 years. The issue came when I started casually seeing a young woman. Let's call her D. I knew D before I met my ex, but we were more acquaintances than anything else just due to life stuff, and honestly because I only had eyes for my now ex from the moment I first met her. But we knew enough about each other that she was familiar with the fact that I'm not one to just casually throw money around. Since this money wasn't budgeted for anything, well, not since the breakup, and let's be honest, I'm heartbroken, I've been a lot more willing to just say fuck it and spend money. Tonight I met Dee for dinner and drinks, and during the drinks part of the evening, she noticed my fresh ink and jokingly asked me if I'd gotten promoted or hit the lottery. When I explained to her where this money had come from, she got real serious and told me that spending it like that was disrespectful, that I had saved that money for something beautiful, and by wasting it, it proves I never cared about my ex. Dee ended up leaving me at the bar where I am currently typing this up, wow, because she was upset with me. Maybe it's the fantastic cocktails blurring my judgment, but am I the asshole for spending my money? Oh my god, no! Absolutely not. Like, that's this person's money that they have saved for however long. It's probably taken a long time to save that amount of money, and as that relationship has ended, this person will not be buying a ring anytime soon. Like, no shade or anything like that. It's just, yeah, it's just the way it is. So, like, spend that money however you want. It's your money, and this person spending their money doesn't mean they didn't care for their ex by any means. It's just a case of, well, it's just sitting here. Like, I may as well enjoy myself while I'm going through some hard times right now. Like, I do not blame this person by any means. Like, absolutely get your favourite drink and finish your tattoo off and just enjoy yourself. Life is too short. But I will definitely say this person is not the arsehole. And to think that this person is an arsehole for doing what they want with their life and their money, no. And like, who is this D person? Mind your business. Am I the arsehole for telling my wife she shouldn't get a tattoo? This has been voted the arsehole, and I'm already going to say this person is an arsehole. My wife, female 27, wants to get a disco ball tattoo. Fun and funky. I, male 31, think it's pointless. Background, she has 8 other tattoos, most with significant meanings. Example, the birth month flower of her friend who passed away. I'm all for tattoos. I find them generally attractive and expressive, even though I don't have any. But in this situation, I think she's being impulsive. She saw a walk-in flash sale for Valentine's Day. I told her it's her body, so obviously she should ultimately do what she wants. But I'm trying to be the voice of reason here. She doesn't even like disco. Random. Well, so? You don't have to like disco to have a disco ball tattooed on you. Like, disco ball tattoos are really freaking fun. Like, some of them really look cool. And it's very odd that this man is just like, oh, I like tattoos. I think they're attractive. And I don't mind my wife having any. But she wants a disco ball and I don't understand. It's just like, your wife wants more tattoos and you find that attractive. Why are you not encouraging this behaviour? Like, if Tom come to me and was like, I want a tattoo of... I can't even think of anything random because, to be honest... I wouldn't put anything past Tom when it comes to him getting a random tattoo. Like, he's that person that's just like, oh, I would like a cactus shagging a donut. And I'd just be like, yeah, you know what? That sounds like something you would do. So there's nothing I can use as an example that would make me go, what? Why? I just be like, yeah, go ahead, get it. Because I like tattoos. I find them attractive. So yeah, hell yeah, get more, you know? So yeah, this whole post is very, very odd to me. And I would definitely say you're a bit of an arsehole for being like, why would you want that tattooed on you? You know, it's not offensive. It's not anything bad. It's cool. It's funky. God. Am I the arsehole for not wanting to block my flirty tattoo artist? Ooh, T. Says, edit, boyfriend, now ex, was cheating on me, I guess, the whole time with his ex. He was projecting. Oh. Oh, this is messy. I, female 19, have been going to the same tattoo artist, male 28, since I was 17. I'm now in a relationship and we have been together for 6-ish months, male 21. Okay. I got a tattoo of an animal, and ever since then, my tattoo artist and I have been sending each other funny videos of the animal, which has just become normal and funny. But since being with my boyfriend, he has unliked posts my tattoo artist put up on my phone and unliked messages. Let me get this clear. There is nothing apart from some funny animal videos, but my boyfriend just doesn't like it. He has already blocked my tattoo artist on Facebook through my phone, and to be honest, it's just made the whole experience awkward. Apparently my tattoo artist giving me a discount because I'm a returning customer is considered flirting, not to mention he is in a relationship himself, and I have told my boyfriend that many times. Last time I went to get a tattoo, he asked me if I was okay and if I was uncomfortable with him messaging me outside of tattoo business, and I said no, not at all, and just explained that my partner doesn't like it, and he told me that my boyfriend was insecure and I need to leave him. Oh, I vent to him about stuff anyway. My boyfriend and I got in an argument and I told him what my tattoo artist said out of anger, and my boyfriend wants me to block him, but I haven't, and we're still sending videos, but I'm hiding it from my boyfriend. Am I the arsehole? Please help. And this person was voted the arsehole. I guess this is before this revelation of the boyfriend cheating come out, right? This type of behavior from the boyfriend is for sure projection. He was insecure because he was doing the exact same thing, and he knew that what he was doing was wrong. So he was just like, well, anyone that's behaving like me is definitely up to no good. Even if what the tattoo artist and this girlfriend was doing was, innocent. I'm sure many of you have a friendly type of friendship. But I'm sure some of you have a close relationship with your tattoo artist, especially if you go to them, very often. There's a few tattoo artists that I've been to quite often that I speak to here and there. It might not be sending videos or what have you, but we talk about random stuff. I don't know. But it's just one of those things. It's just the way the world is. When you see someone a lot, especially if you get tattooed by them, you end up becoming kind of close, But that just might be me. I don't know. I'm very, very trusting. I have to wait for someone to give me a reason not to trust them before I don't trust them. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I can maybe understand as to why the boyfriend was a bit like, about the whole situation, but I'm the wrong person to be reading stuff like this, because I'm very much a don't be checking your partner's phone kind of person. Like, no. If you have to check their phone, why? Like, where is the trust? I know I'm pretty much like in the minority when it comes to stuff like this, because I see it all the time on TikTok of people being like, oh, I looked through my man's phone, and I'm just like, ew. But yeah, I personally wouldn't have called the girlfriend an arsehole. That's just me though. I know I'm in the minority of being like, it's just a video. It's not the end of the world. Am I the arsehole for lecturing a tattoo artist? Not the arsehole. Did I write this? Me making videos about how terrible tattoo artists are. A few months ago, a tattoo artist I'd been following announced they would be coming to my city. I had seen some of their work around and really liked their style, so I asked for a carte blanche. They asked me to pay a deposit to secure the appointment, which is a standard practice here, €50 in this case, which, yes, I will say that is normal. So far, so good, except I got increasingly nervous about this because they handled the communication really badly. They said they'd follow up to set a date and time and never did it. I always had to be the one to reach out to get basic information. They also refused to give the address in advance. I asked 2 days before the appointment. I think they just hadn't found a place to set up shopping, but I would have liked it if they explained that instead of just saying they'd tell me later. The day of the appointment, still more mishaps. First, the morning of, the artist asked me which of their flashes I would be choosing. They had forgotten I had asked for a carte blanche. I was mad, but I politely explained the problem and we worked it out. Then they DM'd me 2 hours before the appointment to move it 1 hour later. And then about 1 hour before the appointment, they told me that they weren't feeling well, so they'd rather do the project in February. I'm translating, but they said this more or less verbatim. I told them I would prefer they give me the deposit back instead, since it's not cool to cancel an appointment at the last minute. To this, they just answered they have health issues, so they have no choice. The thing is, I know for a fact that the artist is struggling financially and may not have the money to pay me back. It feels cruel to potentially put them in more financial distress, so I might be in the wrong here, even though offering to give the deposit back would usually be standard practice when cancelling an appointment. To make matters worse, they made an Instagram story saying I'm really not doing well right now, so there's no point being mean when I cancel an appointment. As I saw it complaining about me publicly, I got really angry about that, and I let them know that this behaviour was unprofessional. The thing is, I kind of get where they're coming from. For any other tattoo artist, I wouldn't have gotten angry about a last minute cancellation. Stuff comes up, I understand. The only reason I reacted the way I did was because I was already frustrated with them, but this doesn't change the fact they can't help their health issues. Besides, in retrospect, telling someone their behaviour is unprofessional is pretty rude, and in any case of needless escalation, I should probably have just ignored it. Oh, okay, I understand both sides, because I know when a tattoo appointment is cancelled last moment, it is very disappointing for us as clients, you know, because when you book a tattoo, you're obviously very, very excited, and it's something that you look forward to. Sometimes it's months ahead that we booked tattoo appointments, sometimes even years, depending on the tattoo artist, of course. Or it could be weeks, or it could even be days. I don't know, but some people do depend on their tattoo appointment as a pick-me-up, as something to look forward to, and that can obviously be incredibly disappointing when that is kind of taken from us. But we also have to understand that tattoo artists are human, and, you know, life happens. Like this person said, there are many tattoo artists out there with chronic illnesses, and it just cannot be helped. The fact that it was cancelled so last minute, and the tattoo artist did say, oh, can you come in an hour later or what have you, it does kind of spring a little teeny little red flag. And it kind of, to me, seems like this tattoo artist maybe was just like, I can't be bothered to draw this tattoo. And they weren't prepared and kind of just said, hey, I'm not feeling well. Or benefit of the doubt, they truly were not feeling well. And they kind of tried their goddamn best to like rally, and were just like, hey, I just need an hour to kind of get my self together and try and make myself feel better by doing whatever it is they may need to do to try and make themselves feel better. I don't know. I personally don't feel like anyone's really been an asshole here either. Could the person who wrote this post have been a little bit more, you know, respectful? Yeah, maybe. I kind of understand their frustrations as well with, you know, being kind of messed around a little bit here and there. I definitely believe this person should get their deposit back, because I don't know if they've ever ended up getting their tattoo or not, but they are down, you know, the €50 and they haven't had the tattoo, and it's not their fault. They weren't the one cancelling last minute. So yeah, I think they should get a refund or go ahead and get the tattoo if they want to be tattooed by this artist now, even though they've, you know, there's been a little tiff. Am I the arsehole refusing to borrow money to my close friend? I think they mean, am I the arsehole for refusing to give my close friend money, right? Okay. A close friend of mine and I have known each other since college. We've been through a lot together, and I've always considered her someone I could count on. She's also been open about struggling financially here and there, so I've tried to be supportive when I can, whether that's buying her a coffee, covering a meal, or just being there emotionally. Last week, she texted me asking if she could borrow $1,000. She said it was urgent and that she'd pay me back in a few weeks when she got her next paycheck. Naturally, I assumed it was for rent, groceries, or something essential, so I asked what the money was for. She told me it was for a tattoo. Not even one she had booked already, just one she had been wanting for a while and wanted to get before a certain artist left town. I paused for a second because I wasn't expecting that at all. I told her I didn't feel comfortable loaning money right now, especially for something that to me didn't seem like a necessity. I explained that I'm also trying to manage my own budget, and while I respect that it's something meaningful to her, I couldn't justify giving that amount for something non-essential. She didn't take it well. She said I was being judgmental and unsupportive, and that I had no right to decide what is or isn't important to her. She said it's something that helps her feel in control of her body and is tied to her mental health, and that a real friend would understand that. I told her I do support her in ways I can, but financial support, especially for things outside of survival needs, is not something I'm in a position to give right now. Since then, she's been cold toward me. She hasn't responded to my messages much, and she posted something vague on social media about friends who act supportive until it actually costs them something. Oh my god. Now I'm starting to feel guilty. I don't want to diminish what something means to her, but I also feel like I have the right to say no without being made to feel like a bad person. Am I the arsehole for refusing to loan her money for something I personally see as a want, even if she says it's important to her? In my opinion, this person is not the arsehole, and bless them for being so like concerned about this whole situation. They clearly do have a very good heart. But if I was in this situation, say my bestest friend Yasmin, we've been friends for it'll be 16 years in September, I think. I can't do quick math. We met in 2009 anyway, so work that out yourself. My maths is terrible. But yeah, me and Yasmin are the bestest of friends. We've been through so much together as you can imagine, in those amount of years. And if she had come to me and said, hey, I need £1,000, I'd no questions asked, I'd probably give it to her. But we have been friends for a very, very long time. But the thing is, I know she would probably do the same for me if she could. You know, if I was like, hey, I need £1,000, she'd be like, sure, bitch, here you go. And the thing is, we would obviously pay each other back. Like, we're very much those type of friends, you know. We're very like forgiving of anything that's like under like 40 quid. Like if we go out for dinner, sometimes I'll buy or she'll buy, and then the next time we just like take it in turns. Like otherwise you'd be sending the same 40 quid backwards and forwards, you know. It's just so pointless. But obviously with a big amount of money, like £1,000, then obviously, you know, we would pay each other back. But yeah, I can see where this person is coming from. They were kind of willing to help them if it was for essentials like rent or food, you know, something that you need to survive, which is incredibly nice. And I can see why they would be reserved and be like no for a tattoo, which is something you really ought. This person says it does help them, and I get that. Like as a tattooed person, I know getting tattoos can make you feel better about yourself and make you feel more who you're meant to be. I get that. But you should not be depending on your friends to help you with that when it's a luxury item. Of course, it's very nice when friends are willing to help you with things. When it comes to like essential, you shouldn't be asking your friends for $1,000 for a tattoo. Like you can forgo that. I just feel like it's incredibly cheeky to be asking your friend for $1,000 for a tattoo. I don't know, how would you feel if a friend come to you and was like, hey, can I have $1,000 for a tattoo? Again, if it was my best friend, I'd probably be like, yeah, sure, just pay me back. But again, we've been friends for so long, I don't know. Okay, I am going to read one more for this video, and that is, am I the arsehole for getting a tattoo that I asked to get? This has been voted not the arsehole. Am I the arsehole for getting a tattoo? Female 27 and partner male 33. Our mutual friend is an aspiring tattooist. Now, doing their apprenticeship, I already have tattoos versus my partner who is cleansing. I don't know what that means. Cleansing, or maybe it's a typo and they're like they're clean, don't have any tattoos. I don't know. Anyway, being polite, our friend asked if either of us would like a tattoo. My partner said no, and I asked my partner if I could twice, and he said, it's your body, you do what you want. For the next 2 days before the tattoo, my partner was being rude and unnecessarily nasty to me, but we also run a business together, so I figured it might be stress. The day of the tattoo, he was fine and dropped me off and said to have fun, and he couldn't wait to see it to our friend, I think that is. After it was done, he wouldn't speak to me when I got home. It took him 4 hours to ask to see it. I didn't show him because I was scared. Oh my gosh. The tattoo is a small cactus on my ankle, nothing important, but a nice little cactus. Oh. Fast forward to today, driving 5 hours. For the first 4.5, he said not a word, but kept sighing aggressively. Then when we were 20 minutes from our destination to meet our workers, he blew up. Started saying how shit it is that now I've caused a wedge between him and our friend, saying he won't ever speak to them again for tattooing me and that he's a dumb... That's gonna be cunt, isn't it? Dumb cunt. And so am I for having tattoos. What? I'm an idiot that he doesn't want to run a business with a dumb tattooed cunt that he's leaving. He smashed his phone. I'm crying because I don't know what to do. I just kept saying, I asked you and you said yes. He told me he needs to get away from me, that everyone will think I'm stupid with a dumb cactus on my leg. And how is he supposed to live looking at that for the rest of his life? I'm trying so hard to not, like, interrupt reading because I've had a few comments, which I appreciate. I'm just realizing I'm doing it now. But people have said just read the post, then react to it kind of thing. So I'm trying, but it's so hard. Then we see our crew. An hour later, we get in the car and we are driving out and he holds my hand and says, see it from my point of view and that we will be okay. I stupidly said he's being childish. Okay, no. No, he is. Acting like a small cactus is even a reason for him to walk away. And that if I meant more, it shouldn't be an issue as we are both different and separate people. And then he blew up again. He's dead set on leaving. He's leaving me with the business because I can't do what he can and I will fail without him. He called my mum a dumb cunt and an indoor for thinking it's cute. An indoor? What was that code for? Indoor? Idiot maybe? Told me his family won't ever like me after getting another tattoo. Me and his mum are best friends and she already knows. Thinks I'm dumb. Smashed his phone and is getting a new one with a new number so I can't contact him. He also said, don't think I'm trapped. I'll leave this weekend. Which I said the other day when we argued when he made me cry that I wasn't trapped. So I think he's just saying it because I did. That he would take my dog, which means everything to me. Oh my god. That I shouldn't be proud looking at my body because of the cactus. That I should laser everything. That I should be like my sister because she's clean skin. Pretty much calling me every name under the sun. Asked me how I'm going to fix this and that I need to laser them for him to say, am I the arsehole? This is the worst am I the arsehole tattoo related post I have ever read. The red flags are reading so much. It makes me think, oh my gosh, like how much abuse has this person put up with before? Is this the first blowout? Like sometimes like abusive people are well behaved for a very long time and then one thing makes them snap and then that's it. Like this is the first blowout and this is the first of many blowouts to come. Like the fact that this man said, yeah, it's cool, go get tattooed, go get that little tattoo from our friend. Like why not? It's your body, you do what you want. And then to just flip within hours and then, you know, as soon as this person comes home with the cactus tattoo, they're just being an absolute asshole. And for what? I can imagine this like little cactus tattoo is like literally just a tiny cactus. The audacity to call your other half an idiot over a cactus tattoo and to call them a cunt. The thing is, I personally don't find the C word offensive. All right, it's not me and Tom call each other jokingly all the freaking time, okay? But yeah, I know some people do find that word very like offensive and it's like the worst thing you can call a person. I think it just depends on where you live. I know people from England and Australia we say it with endearment. I'm just reading through this again, especially this list. Like he's dead set on leaving. See, for me, if anyone spoke to me like this, I'd be like, all right, bye. Don't threaten me with a good time if you're gonna act like this. And this is another red flag for me, okay? That I should be like my sister because she's clean skin. He fancies her sister. He fancies her sister. You cannot change my mind on that. He is now regretting his choices of being with this sister and wants to be with the other freaking sister because she's got clean skin and she's probably perfect and angelic and oh, she would never disobey me like this. That kind of vibe, like these people are delusional. I just can't believe what I've read there. Like that is terrible, like actually terrible. What a small little man. Anyway, my darlings, that's it for today's video. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions on every post that I have read out today, especially ones you have strong feelings for. I love reading the comments section on these types of videos. It's nice to see if people have the same opinions as me or to see if you have a different perspective on what I have said about the ones I've read and what have you. And yeah, that's it for today's video. Until my next video, I hope you all stay safe and well, and until my next video, bye.